Call Loyal Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Bellstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim. I want to get some proof through the scriptures that the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls God, is not allowing mankind, not humankind, because this is encompassing all of the Most High's creation as it pertains to man, okay? All the 18 nations that the Most High has not allowed them to cross over into what Esau calls the next frontier, okay? The Most High is putting a block on space travel, all right? We're going to get it in science and prove through the scriptures that the Most High is not allowing this under the rule of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which is the wicked in the scriptures, all right? And you go into Esau, his line, they were the most wicked, detestable line in the scriptures, and race. They're actually an entire race of people, okay, which is known today as the modern day Caucasians, which is just another word for a cave dweller, which is also revealed in Obadiah in this chapter. Is a indicator of who that line Esau, of who they are in modern day, because all these the majority, if not all of these races, nationalities in the scriptures, okay, they all their progeny they've lasted through the times to modern day, okay? They're here today, their offspring, all right? And under the rulership of the devil that the Bible speaks of, all right, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian man, the white man, woman, and child, all right? They, being in rulership in this current time, the Most High is not allowing them to cross over into the Most High's abode, if you will, all right? And they're locked down here to earth in up to like the upper atmosphere of the earth. They said it's up to 12,000 kilometers, I believe, above the earth's surface, okay? All right, this is going to get this in Obadiah 1 and 4. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now, we all know this breakdown to be that in 1969, in Apollo Mission 11, I believe, it was called, when Esau fucking lied to the world. But he did attempt it. He did attempt it and failed fucking miserably. And there's even evidence that in all kind of reports over the history of America, you know, the recent history of America, this nigga attempting to go to not even to outer space, just to our, you know, space right near in this solar system, right? And him fucking failing miserably, all right? So through his deception and lies, he deceived the world that he went into into space, man. Okay, among the stars, which that's what among the stars is referring to in these scriptures, man. Okay, but when he was making those solid attempts in 1969, that's the we know that as we know that breakdown for the scripture to be that the Most High then was America starting to plummet, and Esau, him exalting himself as the eagle, was this fucking Edomite Caucasian establishment of this empire here in the fourth part of the world, all right, in the so-called the new world, I believe. It was called a lot of things, but this was called like the new world when they came over here, because no crusty red devils were over here. It was just the inhabitants, which we know to be the ones in the know, and even the scholars and a lot of these fucking Edomites know, just like Cristobal Colon knew, and all those a lot of those other explorers, so-called, knew coming over here that it was the Israelites, man, the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. All right. So when those so when this devil attempted to America, this devil, which is run by this devil, it's a Edomite run empire. When he attempted to go into outer space, the so-called moon, the Most High brought him down literally and figuratively, as it pertains to America, its economy, all right, its production, its manufacturing, its morality, all right, started to plummet. That's the Most High bringing him down. And that eagle, right, is likened to America, the mascot of America. As we know that to be, also, as we know that breakdown to be in reference to America's fall, America falling after it to go to the moon. This is also in reference to Esau, Edom, not being able to go into the next frontier. All right, that's one of his biggest fucking fantasies that he has in current day. And really, when you look at it, it's all goddamn science fiction. All these so-called space exploration companies. You have one of the chief ones is SpaceX, which literally means space exploration. All right, you have Blue Origin, you have Virgin Orbit, you have Relativity, you have all these fucking companies that have popped up that have so-called capitalizing on exploring space and going into the next frontier, because this man has gone across the world, robbing and murdering the people and the resources of the world, man. Scriptures tell you that he covet fields and take them by violence. All right, that it tells you that the earth is mourning and languishing, which means languishing means to lose or lack vitality. So it's the life bar on the earth is draining. All right, you have a certain percentage. If it was at 100% to start, it's dwindling. It's in the teens now, man. Okay, a vitality on a 100 scale, vitality points. All right, So he knows that he's taxed the shit out of the Earth's resources, even though Earth is abundant and is going to be renewed and restored. It's his endeavor to, and look, that was one of the names of his shuttles, the Endeavor, right? He's endeavoring to cross over into that the next frontier, all right? But the Most High is not going to let him. That's not for him, okay? That's for, that is for the gods, man. His line, that's for Yasharallah, for Israel, for the princes of the power, all right? The princes and princesses of the power, to colonize the mansions of the universe, okay? This is proof right here that he will not be able to make his abode in the heavens, man, in the stars, in space. He won't even be able to fucking cross over. It's a dense, is he gonna bring him down? And that's exactly what he's done. Even on footage, when they said they tried to cap that it was a fucking cap, no pun intended, tried to cap that it was a washer, right? That it was a washer that was loose, a slightly loose nut, and washer, or maybe a washer that they didn't goddamn add. They forgot a washer on one fucking screw or some shit, and it caused that entire shuttle to explode. All right, no, that fucker hit the Van Allen radiation belt. So we're gonna get that to show how it's not possible for these motherfuckers to cross over to the next frontier. The Most High has them closed and locked up here on the Earth. All right, where he's done, and he's fucking raped the shit out of all the resources and people of the Earth, and now he's gonna try to go into the next world. The Most High does not think so. All right, the Van Allen radiation belt is a large radiation belt that surrounds the extraterrestrial, formed from charged solar radiation bodies and molecules emitted from the upper atmosphere, the sun, and the stars. The position of the Van Allen belt is at an altitude of 12 to 60,000 kilometers, surrounding the entire surface of the sun. Okay? All right? It says, according to the study, no living creature from Earth has the ability to cross the Van Allen belt and still survive, despite using rudimentary technology in the 1960s or the most advanced technology today. The high charge radiation emission of ionizing phenomena will vaporize all living organisms that want to travel through the perimeter. This means that to fly to the moon, 375,000 kilometers from Earth, Apollo astronauts must penetrate the Van Allen belt and will evaporate immediately. Okay. So we know it to be of a guarantee that it shows you the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, that he ruleth not only in the kingdom of men, but man, he ruleth in the universe, man, that he set the bounds of the earth, right? All right, this is the Most High's order, how he set this up, okay? Because he's not having anybody cross over into that realm. That's for another time, man. All right, and it's heavy because he has a lot of these planetary bodies in the outer space visible to him through telescopes and different image capturing devices like the Hubble, okay? And he's got his observatories and all that shit, high resolution. So he can see out there, but he can't get out there, man. All right, because that's for another time. That's not for him. This is in Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. All right. Not only is the exact time of rule, which the scriptures tell us is short, the triumphing of the wicked is short. He knows the exact bounds of what he can't pass, and it's heavy because this man cannot pass into a certain depth of the ocean. All right. Well, going into like the Bermuda Triangle, he cannot go too far out into the never reaches, or whatever they call it, the never realms of the earth, man. Even right here on this planet, man. Okay, let alone to cross over into this endless universe, which has been discovered to have an innumerable amount of planets and solar systems, man, and galaxies. Okay, endless. Just of what he can quantify is what he said is 700 quintillion. All right, 700 quintillion. There are over 700 quintillion planets in the universe. And a quintillion there are 100 billion galaxies in this, each containing a billion trillion stars. But let's put it this way: there's billions of planets and billions of galaxies. Okay. We don't have to get this, man. This is evident. How many planets in a galaxy? It says each star. Okay, our Milky Way is just one of the billions of galaxies in the universe. Within it, there are at least 100 billion stars on an average. Each star has at least one planet orbiting it. Fuck. So if there's 100 billion stars, and each star has to have a planet, that's 100 billion planets, man. In one galaxy, man. Okay, and there's billions of galaxies in the universe. It's unquantifiable. All right. So the Most High has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He locked him into this 1/3 rock from the sun, man. All right. But going back to that one shuttle, that's how that fucking exploded on impact of the Van Allen radiation belt. Because you know it's got to fry circuitry. All right. So the Most High just not letting him pass that, man. Okay. This is in 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Okay. Because this is only going to be evident for this short amount of time that the earth has been that the earth has been inhabited with mankind, going back into the garden. All right, when the Most High formed man, when Yahushua and the Elohim formed man on the earth. All right, Adam, in the garden and all that, and then the first civilization, if you will, the first family is going into like Adam and Eve's, family, if you will, that line. Um, since that time to now has not been long, and few 10,000 years, maybe few dozen thousand years. That's not the way you fucking say it. We say 15 to 20, right? 1,000 years. Fucking completely contrary to popular belief and modern knowledge. But the scholars know that to be true. It's all bullshit about the billions of years or even the millions, and you know what I'm saying, hundreds of thousands of years. It's all bullshit. But that's for another time, because when you really get into it, what is any amount of time in comparison to eternity? Okay? And that's what this time is. It's temporary. Even if it went on for another million fucking years, which we know it's not. Just like we read, the days and months of this, the end of this regime, all right, of this left side of life, of hell, is with the Most High, and that time is being made evident through the signs, man. So we know how close we are, and then it says it's closer than we could even believe. All right. So in 2 Ezra 6 and 7, it says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first, at the beginning of it that followeth?" So we're currently, when you look at the times in a timeline, we're currently in the times of the fall of man, you could say it, okay? Because you can say from the inception of the first man on the earth until now, and until the Most High destroys America and sends back his son Yahushua, as is read all throughout these scriptures. After he sends back his son Yahushua, from the time of the inception of the first man until the time he sends his son Yahushua to return and destroy the world, okay? Because it will be the world in an aspect. It'll be all the entire regime of the current regime on the earth, okay? And establishes kainos. That is a certain time, okay? And that time is known as the left side of life, all right? And it's heavy because when you look at a timeline linearly, it would be on the left side of the, if you're looking at it straight on, it would be to the left of whatever other time is to come. And that line is going to be a vector. Oh, shit. That line is going to be a vector, my friend. A vector is Slovakia. Basically, Slovakia. I believe it was a vector in mathematics, in geometry, is when that fucker just keeps on going and it never fucking stops, and it's oftentimes depicted with a motherfucking a right hand arrow, okay, to indicate that fucker, that boy don't stop, okay. Uninterrupted rule. See? So when you look at the parting asunder of times, the parting asunder of times is the end of life as we know it, we can call it hell, the left side of life, and the beginning of kainos, which in the scriptures, like we just said, uninterrupted rule, is going to be eternal, okay? An infinite, the infinite kingdom of Yahweh Bashir Shai, man. All right? That's what this is talking about, the parting asunder of times, to show you how elevated this concept is. All right? How transcendent. All right? We're talking about the mind of the God of the heavens and the earth. All right, the universe of all creation, man. This is shedding light into his mind, man. All right, because he doesn't see time linearly. He can go right now into year 2,100,034 in the kingdom. All right, and be back in say the time of the flood in the same time, okay? Because time is not of a construct with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's not bound by it. All right? It says, when shall be the end of the first, which is the end of life as we know it, and then the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? It said, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So Esau came first out of the womb, and we just broke down about how Esau's rule was first when you look at the timeline, right? This left side of life, and then of course most importantly the end, the end of the first. Who do you think would be in rulership in the end of the first in the parting asunder of times that it's referring to? Well, it tells you that in Job 9 and 24. All right, it tells you that in Habakkuk 2 about how he covered fields and taketh by violence. Who the fuck has done that, man? If not, where and who is he? All right, it's none other than Esau, Slakia. It's none other than the so-called white man, man. So he's gonna be in rulership at the end of the first. Okay. So this man would be at the first, all right, in rulership, the stranglehold of the earth, and then the one who would follow is Jacob, whose hand was holding on to Esau's heel during birth, when Isaac's son, Salakia, when Abraham's son Isaac's wife was giving birth to the twins Esau and Jacob, man. All right. So Esau, the so-called white man, is going to be taken out of power, and then Jacob, Israel, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, starting with the first fruits, and then subsequently on down to the resurrected 2/3, um, are are going to come into power, and that is going to be an uninterrupted rule. Okay, and that's when we're going to be able to cross it over into the place the Most High has prepared for us. All right, and it tells you right here, for in the 9th verse, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So going into the bounds that the Most High has that he cannot pass. All right, he's going to keep him locked into this bitch until he's destroyed. All right, until he's destroyed, taken out of power, and then Jacob, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, starting with 12,000 from the elect, 12,000, the governing body, 12,000 men from each tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel are going to sit on 12 thrones, or really 144,000 thrones, judging the entire earth, the entire universe, man. Okay? That's how it boils down. All right? And then it says right here, finishing off, John 14:2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. So, how could there be many mansions in a house when a house is smaller than a mansion? Okay? Because you fail and err not knowing the scriptures. The Father's house is the abode in the heavens. The Father's house is the universe, is the entire universe, the expanses of the universe, man, that has been revealed to be ever abounding, being continuously created. All right, it doesn't stop. It's boundless. So in the Most High's house, in the Father's house, okay, in the abode of the abode of the gods, but there's only one, of Yahweh. In the abode of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, there are many mansions, and that's referring to planets, man, planetary bodies, man. All right. If we're not so, he would have told us, and he has gone to prepare a place for us, man. Okay. The Most High is in preparation of creating more planets, more galaxies for the Israelites and all of their offspring and progeny that will be procreated in the kingdom, man, which will be eternal. So how much space are we really going to need like that to see how it's going to be eternal? And then it tells you how quickly and on a God level, on a kingdom level, we're going to be procreating. So we're going to need all that, and that's the Most High's preparing that for us right now, creating planets, man, for the offspring, for all the nations and nations upon nations that we're going to be birthed from our loins, man. Most High willing, we be a part of that number, but regardless, they're going to be birthed from the loins of the elect, man, from the first fruits of the nation of Israel. And that's who's going to fill up these planets and these galaxies. And that's who's going to be exploring the nebulas, guardians of the galaxies, man. All right. Out here, in the Most High's house, abounding in his in his glory. All right. And then after a time, Edom is going to be eradicated from off the face of the earth. All right. And that's what we have. So he's going to keep them locked in this bitch till um, uh, he erects the elect. All right, he rises the elect into power, and then you're gonna witness him through footage, through fucking hologram recordings, through even we'll give him a little observatory fucking motherfucking feature of us out there in the new frontier, the next frontier that this motherfucker, for you know what I'm saying. His whole time, Esau's whole time down here, endeavored to explore, man, to get out there, and he's gonna spend 1,000 fucking years. He's gonna spend a long fucking bid, torturous, witnessing the ones that you had in derision, right? The ones that you had shitted on more than any other nation of people upon the face of the earth, okay, that you attempted to exterminate. You're going to witness them basking and abounding in the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, beyond this abode, man, okay, in space. All right, so with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Berachadash.